Hello, and thank you for the invite.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining. All right, let's get this party started. Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. We've got on the screen, you have Asaf, Chen, and Ryan from SensePass. And we are going to talk about SensePass, our timeline with them and how it's been going. So we started working with SensePass about a year ago. We've been in what's called our pilot program with them, where we've boarded several merchants, some of them being larger volume. We've got one that's doing a couple million a month that just went live, and it has been a good experience. What struck us to SensePass is their technology and their user experience. In the payment space, right? There's a lot of competition, and a lot of sales agents out there are selling on price, right? And one of the ways you get around selling on price and just saving the merchant 5, 10, 15, 20% is to provide a product that has value. If you look at, Stripe and Square, two fintech companies, payments companies that have scaled and grown faster than any other company or most of the companies out there, what do they have, right? What do they have that we don't? And that's technology and product, right? That's as simple. They made a very easy onboarding system. They've got great product. They've got great technology. They've got great user interface. They make it easy for the customer in turns. When you make it easy for the customer, you have an excellent user experience, then their platform grows like it does. So what we've done is we look to add that same value to our partners and to our merchant base. In the first 3 years that CoastalPay was in business, from 2014 to 2017, we did have a direct-to-merchant channel where we had a call center, we booked appointments, and so we learned some of the feedback that merchants were looking for. We did social media marketing, we did websites, we did consumer financing, we offered payroll. We had a lot of different products to help businesses grow. What we found is the products that we used back then weren't the best products to help the businesses grow. So over the last 10 years, we've been looking rigorously for a good, solid product to help these merchants' revenue grow on top line. And so kind of like the numbers that we've seen on Buy Now, Pay Later, we've done a lot of research, is we're seeing revenue growth around the 5 to 10%, right? So instead of that conversation being about, hey, we're going to save you 5 or 10%, let's talk about growing 5 to 10%. Hey, David. And yeah, so I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to walk through the SensePass deck. And then once we walk through the deck, we're going to have SensePass do a demo of their back office and how to run your transactions. On a high level, let's see here, look at this shared. All right. Perfect. So on a high level, what SensePass does is they offer alternative payment methods. When I do my sales pitch, and we've demoed SensePass at NRF, National Retail Foundation in New York. Apple's there, Google's there, Microsoft spent $2 million on their booth there. It's the largest retail show in the US. And a lot of the feedback we were getting from large merchants, merchants doing 180 million, 380 million, 15,000 locations, right? A lot of the same questions, what they're asking for was buy now, pay later, right? They want a faster, technology-driven solution for their customers, right? If you think about the old school lending, you apply for a loan, it takes a couple days, it gets pended, and that's the old school traditional lending process through your bank, right? Whereas the buy now, pay laters, if you've ever used Affirm or Klarna, it's a split decision. You enter in a couple pieces of information, they give you a approve, decline instantly. They tell you how much, you set your payments, and you go on from there. So that's why there is a lot of A lot of interest from small and medium-sized businesses, mid-market, and enterprise. But some of the ones that we pitch are Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay, Sezzle, Zip, Venmo, PayPal, Coinbase, ApplePay, GooglePay, ACH, Alipay, Amazon Pay, and others. I know I'm missing a few, but those are like when I'm talking to agents, when I talk to merchants, that's what I'll say, right? We'll say, these are the alternative payment methods that you can offer. And what's unique about SensePass is they have combined all these alternative payment methods into one gateway. If you look at all the other gateways out there, if we look at Authorize.net, NMI, except Blue, they kind of all offer similar products, right? They offer credit card, sometimes ACH, maybe one or two others, right? And that's about it. And then their only value comes from one integration they have. And that's about it, right? What we love about SensePass is you have all these different payment methods, and we look at it like modular, right? So every business is considered a little bit equal, right? One of the challenges with Stripe is the only way you're going to work with Stripe is they have to have that product, right? And Stripe doesn't have all these products. They don't have all these in one gateway, right? And so every business is a little different, right? Affirm and Klarna might work great for retail transactions, right? Or retail merchants. There's other ones that are going to work better for home improvement or coaching, which you can find in Iris under SensePass. We have different verticals that we target in SensePass. But as you see on this deck, these are some of the alternative payment methods that are built into SensePass. How it works. Shen, do you want to go through this slide and kind of talk about how some of the, because there's different ways that SensePass can work. Do you want to go through kind of how some of the ways how they can take transactions?
Yes, sure. First of all, thank you for the opportunities to present here, and pleasure to meet you all. SensePass, as Travis said, we are a payment orchestration that aggregate all the payment methods that Travis mentioned and more in one single solution and one single payment page for the consumer. We are working and we are supporting multiple use cases and channels. We are working on the e-commerce. We have a solution for e-commerce. We have a solution for payment request, pay by text. We have a solution for in-store. We are almost the only one that provide different payment methods on the retail environment and in-store, and we are integrated with multiple platforms such D365, Oracle, NetSuite, NCR. There is a list, maybe we will go over later. Now, Travis, yeah, if you can go please to the architecture slide. Yeah, that is the, yeah, that is. And also we have standalone solution, which provide the merchant an option to initiate transaction without terminal and without POS using our mobile app terminal or using our dashboard. Now, how it works? Once in the, I will demo you how it works in the retail environment. We will provide, one second, I will remove the blue. Okay. We are providing an orchestration layer that's sitting on the in-store platform. It could be the POS or other platform. Once the transaction initiated from the POS, it goes to our orchestration layer, and we are send the transaction in parallel to the EMV terminal that you see here in the top, and to our SensePass tag. As you can see, this is our SensePass tag. Actually, it's a sticker. We have different color and sizes. Okay. Asaf also present the different branded tag, as you see, Amazon Pay, PayPal, Klarna. It could be branded by the merchant logos and colors. we are very flexible with that. But the idea is that the orchestration layer get the transaction from the POS and split it and send it in parallel to the EMV terminal that you are providing as a credit card processor or solution. And also in parallel, we are sending it to the tag, to the SensePass tag, and to the customer mobile phone by text message or email. And now the customer that standing in front of the seller have an option to choose or to pay on the credit card terminal or to tap his mobile device on the tag. Once he tap, he get a notification as you see here. Okay. He also have an option to scan the QR. These tags contain a chip inside that recognize the mobile, but we have also a QR so the customer can tap or scan the QR. Once he do that, he get the notification. When he click on the notification, Travis, can you please stop sharing for a second? Just, they have an option to see me in full screen.
Yep, 1 second.
Thank you. Once they tap on the tag and they click on the notification they will see that page on the in-store, and they see the same experience on the e-commerce and the pay by text that if they will get a text message with the payment request. What we see here, we see the payment page with the merchant brand and logo. We see the amount, and we also have an option, the customer have an option to see the full cart with all the product, the tax, the full information, including discount, etc. Now, he have behind that, first of all, an option to join the club or to get some different suggestion or recommend by the merchant. But the main issue is now we have multiple payment option to choose and pay this transaction. We have in the beginning ApplePay, GooglePay, credit card. Once the customer used SensePass in the past, we are presenting him the credit card that's stored on our platform, so we don't need to enter every time from scratch the credit card information. He just need to choose one of the credit card that he used in the past, or he can use the Apple Pay, Google Pay, etc. We have also ACH, so the customer can pay using ACH. By the way, if he choose credit card, we have a solution that provide him immediately to choose to pay by one payment or to split it for example, for installments. We did it with our partner. We have a partner with company called Splitit that provide the split payment. Once the customer choose to pay by one payment, then it goes through your MID. It's a regular credit card transaction. Okay. If you would like to split it, then the company, the partner called Splitit, will do it through your MID. Still goes through your MID, but in different ways. From the customer perspective, it's never mind. You can choose and pay as I presented. If the customer would like to add another card, he click on the credit card button and he can add manually the card information. Now, on top of that, the card payment, we have Venmo, WeChat, PayPal. By the way, with PayPal, again, it's the same. Once the customer used PayPal in the past, you don't need to put his credentials, user password from scratch again. You just need to click and pay immediately with their PayPal account that's stored on our. It's a unique solution that we built with PayPal to create a seamless and quick experience in the in-store environment. Okay, we are supporting multiples and different payment or payment solution for buy now, pay later. We are supporting Affirm, Klarna, Sezzle, Afterpay, Zip. Maybe I forget some, but almost all the payment buy now, pay later provider we are integrated and support in US and Canada. We have foreigner wallets like Alipay, the Chinese wallet, and WeChat. We have Coinbase and other crypto wallets to provide payment with crypto. Once the customer pay with his crypto, the merchant will get fiat, which means dollars. You have an option to choose if to get it in cryptocurrency or to get fiat currency, which means dollar. Also, we have Amazon Pay, Zip, and we have an option to make immediate payment using their bank account. It's an online payment. It's a little bit different than the ACH, where the transaction and the settlement done after a few days. Once we use that solution, the bank payment are done immediately and the approval get immediately. It's a synchronized bank payment solution. We are connecting with all the bank in North America. And we also have an option to make a forward payment. So the customer, for example, if my daughter right now would like to make a payment and she is in the Levi's store, so she tap her mobile device and she would like me to pay her payment. So she click on forward payment, send to me by text message or WhatsApp this payment link. I'm sitting in my office, get a WhatsApp or text message from her with the link. Once I open the link, I will see the same page. When I pay this transaction, for example, I will try to pay with my PayPal, then the customer, which means she and me, will get the approval, and immediately the POS, the platform, get the approval from us as well. And we are presenting the receipt, the digital receipt for the customer as well. That's the demo and the user experience of our solution for integrated in-store solution.
Thank you, Chen. Appreciate it.
Yes.
All right, let's go. Let's see here. All right, let's talk about use cases. So what's unique about SensePass is the technology and the product's definitely there. You know, one of my jobs at GooglePay is I manage 4 development teams, and we are building product and applications to compete with Stripe. And our goal is to offer those products to our agent base, legacy processors, legacy banks that don't have that same product and technology that's out there. And when I'm on these calls with merchants and agents, I love, like, every single one, I show SensePass. All the product that gets built by all the different development teams is good modern day product. But if you look at the product and the user experience that SensePass has created, I feel that it's far superior than anything else that's out there. So when I'm on these calls, I always show SensePass on every single one, because when you're having that conversation with a merchant or an agent and they can see the demo, right? They can scan the QR code. They can pull up what Chen just showed us, that Affirm, the Klarna, the ACH. When they can see that, right? They see how clean and how solid that user experience is. And so it gives you that credibility, and it gives us that recognition that when we're going against Stripe, right, they see, like, oh, perfect, you know, CoastalPay or whatever your ISO is, right, they have product that can compete, right, that can keep up. And that's what you want the merchants to see, right? They want to see that we're innovators, that we've got product that's forward, that's better than Stripe. because that's how we win business, right? When we first started, the profit on our portfolio was 38 basis points. We were retail for the first 3 years. We were going out, we were focused on retail business, and on a whole, we were profiting 38 basis points. If you look at like Stripe's pricing model, and you look at Square's pricing model, it's a lot higher, right? They're charging 2.95, 3.7, somewhere in there. Right now, our profit margins are a lot higher. We're averaging over 1%. But we've gotten there because we have, product and technology to help increase sales. And that's why we feel SensePass is such a good product. Now, where does this product work? The account that we just onboarded that does a couple million a month, they are an e-commerce merchant. We did a custom integration to Salesforce with SensePass. So this merchant has Salesforce for their entire team members. They have locations in Vegas, San Diego, and Dallas. So multi-locations, but this works for small businesses as well. And their sales agents go on, and they're a turf company. Their sales agents go on and they send the invoice to the customer. Asaf, are they sending it via text message or email? How are they sending the link to the customer?
Both. They're using both, and they initiated through Salesforce, actually. So they continue doing exactly the same thing they were doing to date, and they just use SensePass on top of that.
Perfect. Okay, great. Yeah, so it's, they've got the text message marketing, they've got the email marketing, and they have a Salesforce integration. What's nice about Salesforce is if you're a business and you can afford Salesforce, right, then you're probably doing at least $1 million a year in revenue, right? And so you're targeting those larger merchants that are going to bring in larger volumes. And, it wasn't really, with this particular merchant, it wasn't really a price thing. They cared about technology, right? How do we help grow their currents? They were accepting Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and Amex, and they wanted to accept ACH and with an integration to Salesforce, and then also offer consumer financing as well, right? So that's a good case experience. But with us in the past offering consumer financing, we've used companies like FlexBuy and EasyPay. It's not a smooth process, right? We did it and it helped the businesses, but it's a lot of paperwork. There's a lot of back and forth. With SensePass, with a lot of these buy now, pay laters, there is a 1 to 2 week approval time in the beginning to get them onboarded onto these buy now, pay laters. But once they get through that process, that user experience that they're offering is super smooth. It's quick, it's fast. Same experience that you see when you look at SensePass, right? It's a super clean, smooth user experience. So that works in kind of, call it an e-commerce environment. I'm going to jump down slides and talk about integrations. And Salesforce is on here now too. So we'll start with e-commerce. They integrate to WooCommerce, right? So WooCommerce is the largest shopping cart in the United States. And I think they've got something like 2 to 3 million users on their platform. And so yeah, WooCommerce has, a bunch of customers, and now we can integrate and we can offer alternative payment methods, additional ones, to any customer that has WooCommerce. That's in an e-commerce environment. We can do it to NetSuite, right, which is another big, larger merchant. If NetSuite's an enterprise bookkeeping software, right, that's a level higher than QuickBooks, right? So when merchants outgrow QuickBooks, they move on to NetSuite. So same thing there. You're going to be getting a larger volume merchant when you're targeting the NetSuite merchants. Let's see, that's on the e-commerce side. On the retail side, as you can see, they've got a Lightspeed integration. They have, Chen showed you the NFC tags, right? They have a couple different options. They have stickers. They can do the stickers with your ISO logo. They can do the stickers with the merchant logo. Preferably, you're going to want to do the merchant logo, right? Build up their brand. But if you wanted to do your brand, we can do that as well. That's stickers, NFC tags, and then SensePass is also working on a 3D printed NFC tag and QR code. Shen, do you have one of those available by chance?
I
Or
have
Asaf?
one. Yeah, I have one. Let me show it to you. This is
Okay.
actually from one of the retail stores we work with. Can you see
Beautiful.
me? Can you see? So this is it. And you see it can come in different sizes and shapes based on the client's request.
Awesome. Thank you. So yeah, that's a newer 3D printed. It's cool. It's neat. It's clean. It's smooth. So retail e-com, and Deja Vu. You see Deja Vu on this list, right? Which is used. Out of the four companies, Deja Vu, Ingenico, Pax, and Verifone, we like Deja Vu the best, right? They're building the best product out there. They've got a, iPause pays where they've got, tap to pay with the phone. So, you can download an application on a Deja Vu device and you can have access to all these different alternative payment methods. Once the application is downloaded, the merchant runs a transaction, enters dollar amount. That same screen or a QR code shows up on the Deja Vu device. The merchant scans a QR code. Once they scan that QR code, they're going to have an itemized receipt with inventory, a payment option, and they can pay with all the different payment methods right there. So it works on Deja Vu as well. Then you see some of these in process. I know you guys are working on a few more too. I was just sent an updated list yesterday. We'll put this deck inside of Iris along with this demo, and we'll have the updated integrations list as well. Also, SenseFast has an excellent development team. If it makes sense, there's a possibility that they can integrate to certain POS systems that are not on this list, but it would have to be a one-off, and the opportunity would have to make sense for SenseFast. So we don't want to close down that door, but if you have a merchant that possibly wants it and you think the volume is high enough, feel free to send that to Vanessa or Frank, and we can look at it and see if it makes sense. Or it might be something that we've thought about and it could be in the queue in the future as well. Let's see.
Travis, we have added recently more POS platform like Prism RBS and more few platform. We will send you the updated list of the platform, the POS, e-commerce and POS platform.
Thank you. Pay by link, it's got email messaging and text messaging, so they can get the link via text or email. We've all kind of seen that. Let's see, we've gone over this. The SenseFast virtual checkout. We have gone over. And yeah, I think that's about it. Let's open it up for questions. Any questions? All right, what buy now, pay later solution for a mechanic shop that processes $500,000 to $1 million per month or per year? So 50,000 to 100,000 a month.
We have Sezzle for sure. Asaf, can you? Yeah, I think Sezzle will be a better solution for a client like that. Usually they focus on like SMBs. Yeah, pretty much.
But we can try the other as well. Maybe some of them will take this deal. We can do the introduction or assist you to do the introduction between the merchant to the different buy now pay later providers, and they will take it from there.
Is there an opportunity to integrate with vertical ISVs? Yes, there is. Yes, that is, Steve. I'm aware of your certain vertical and that size of opportunity, and we can talk about that with SenseFast as well. That's a decent sized opportunity right there. Any other questions? I think you guys can unmute too. Hopefully. Any other questions? All right, we'll wrap it up. Just want to thank you guys for hopping on and spending your Wednesday morning, afternoon, early afternoon with us. I'm going over SensePass. Any additional questions, feel free to reach out to Vanessa or Frank. Frank is our VP of integrations. We brought him on recently. He specializes in integrations. He'll go out, and if you want to know if something integrates or there's certain product that's a product market fit, you can reach out to Frank and he will hunt that down for you and get that information. He finds, we call it our 4 pillars. He finds 4 things. What processing platform we boarded on, whether it's Fiserv, TSYS, or Elavon. What gateway we use. Are we going to use a third-party gateway like SensePass, or is it a direct integration? What equipment is being used? What terminal or shopping cart? And then what are the costs to the equipment and the gateway? So those are our 4 pillars. Frank goes down and he'll get you those answers to those 4. It's a time-consuming process. In the last 2 quarters, we've hunted down over 400 integrations. So our focus is on ISVs and integrations. So expect to see a lot development applications coming from us. One thing to note, we are finalizing our WooCommerce integration as well. That should be ready here soon. And we'll be releasing more integrations as well, along with the integrations that SensePass and all the other gateways we work with have as well. So yeah, we'll have another training call next month. We'll cover another one of our hot products, and we look forward to speaking with you then. You guys have a great day. Thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, everybody,
Take
for
care.
the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Travis. Bye bye.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.